last year was for everywhere in Alberta, great gray owl year.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Like it was an eruption. They were everywhere. I think we had 6 on our Christmas bird count, which is just crazy. Like often you don't get them at all unless you do. You can do a nocturnal survey as well, but so you'll pick that up too, like different distributions, and everybody in Alberta was picking up great gray owls.
Yeah, it was the year for it.
Welcome to the Wilderness Wavelength Podcast.
This is the Wilderness Wavelength Podcast. Welcome to it, the Christmas edition. I'm George, Scott Sunderwald here.
Yeah, great to be here, George.
And our favorite biologist, Beth, back on the show.
Hooray.
Thank you very much, and great to be here.
I feel like last time Beth was on, we were talking butterflies? We had a butterfly one, when butterfly catching with Beth, and then we did some birding.
We did birding one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This episode, we're going to dig into some more birds, the Christmas bird count. We'll talk a little Christmas stuff too, Scott.
Yeah, I think we should. This is the time of year.
Yeah. I think, so the last Christmas one, we talked about like the German traditions you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're more into like Christmas Eve than Christmas.
Well, that's sort of a Germanic thing. Yeah, Christmas Eve is the big day in the Germanic tradition for whatever reason. So
yeah,
you
get your presents a day earlier.
Yeah, that's right.
Bonus.
Yeah. And maybe before we dive in there, you were in Costa Rica.
Yeah, just did a Costa Rican trip. We did the last episode. We tried to do one with Casey. He was a little wild that night, so hard to get into it too much. But it was a fun trip. Ran into Thane down there.
Yeah,
podcast guest. Beth, you been down in that area before?
Only to Brazil and Mexico.
Yeah, We did this little. It's called like a mangrove tour. I took a boat into like the mangroves, and there were some cool birds down there. So there was blue heron. Got a few pictures of that. And ibis, I think it was. Yeah, it was a cool looking bird. Saw some crocodiles. I recommend the area. You been down there, Scott, at all?
I haven't been to Costa Rica. No, again, Cuba and Mexico a few times and Bahamas, but it's on my list.
Yeah.
I hear it's fantastic.
It's great. It's pricey. Like I was expecting, everything's in, this is a $6,000 beer or whatever. And like, okay, that's... Well, when he actually translates, I spent $9 on that beer. So
it's all American dollars?
We use colones, which is like the Costa Rican money,
okay.
But it's supposed to be a better exchange rate from Canada to go to use their money. But I mean, everything is, we rented a vehicle, ripped around, did a little, they called it an adventure park, but fed some giraffes and zebras. So that was cool. The real Costa Rican experience.
Yeah. Casey must have been thrilled.
Oh man, he was loving that. Well, that was like the thing we talked about before we were going. So day 2, that was okay. We're going to here.
Yeah.
Checked out a volcano, which was really cool.
Active volcano or?
No, dormant now. The last time it erupted was in 2010. Still smoke coming out the top though.
Yeah. And
so then we swam in the hot springs by there. There's like the one we went to. There's 22 different pools. Wow. And each pool you go to gets hotter and hotter and hotter.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it was a cool experience.
Was it really sulfury, sort of rotten egg smell?
No, not too bad actually. Yeah. There was a couple where you're like, okay, this is a little ripe, but for the most part, it was like, okay, let's go to this one. We're a little bit, and then they had these like couple cooling pools, so you could go kind of dip in the cold, head back to the super hots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw howler monkeys.
Howler monkeys from our Airbnb. Yeah, they were right out front for a couple nights. Sloths. Like we spent half of it probably interior than half on the beach. I mean, if you got a chance, do it. We ran into some Hinton locals too, which we were just sitting on the beach, and Christina had her backpack with the Canada flag on there, and this lady came up to us and she's like, "Oh, saw your Canada flag. We just had a couple questions, and we're like, where are you from?" And she's like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Oh, Hinton." She's like, "Hinton?" She like takes her glasses off. Hinton. She knows you, of course. I'm like, "Oh, you know Scott probably." So
it's crazy, we always say you can go all around the world and you're going to bump into somebody from Hinton. We only have 10,000 people in this town.
Crazy.
Hintonites get out there.
Yeah, they were excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, we spent Casey's favorite part was like the adventure park and then the beach. So great time down there. didn't look at our credit card the whole time. You know, just like, we're down here, let's just spend and we'll see what happens when we get back. But yeah, smooth sailing.
No sunburn?
Not too bad. We did a lot of SPF for sure. Case got a little red. My shoulders got beat up a bit, but for the most part, not bad at all. Yeah, I would. I can't see myself going down there again anytime soon. Like, it's like a cool area, but it felt a lot like Mexico too. But I think I'd probably go a little further south.
Okay.
That's still considered North America too. They call
Costa Rica?
Yeah.
Is that,
they call it Central America.
Central. Hey?
Yeah.
But there's only 7 continents, and Central's not a continent.
Gotcha.
We were thinking South America, and we'll check South America off the list. And we're like, oh, no, it's actually North America. So, yeah. I feel like Brazil would be maybe the next step for us, or maybe even like a little further, like Peru, Chile sort of thing. But
awesome.
Yeah. Nice to get out of Hinton for a week, but also great to get back. It's like, oh yeah. Miss the cold. But let's get into Christmas stuff then. And the Christmas bird count.
Yeah. So the birds you saw down there, Beth, here's one for you. The migrations. How far south are some of these birds going? From here.
From here?
From the Northern Rockies.
We saw hummingbirds down there too. Quite a few hummingbirds moving around.
Oh, there would be amazing number of hummingbirds in Central and South America. Yeah. What's the longest migration?
I think it's Arctic tern, doesn't it? Do like
right to the south.
Right to the south, to the north. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a crazy one.
Yeah. Some of them are like I was in Brazil a number of years ago, and there are barn swallows there. You know, so you do have, some that just migrate sort of south out of the winter, but others that are long distant migrants as well. Completely different bird life.
Yeah.
Amazingly complex. It's a big segue to go from Costa Rica to Christmas bird counts.
Yeah, that's right.
We've got it's chilly here tonight.
Yeah, but the birds do stick around here. It's amazing. And some of them, I know, like Canada geese, there are populations that overwinter now in certain places in Canada, which is crazy, right? So
just because it's warm enough?
Things have changed. It depends. Yeah. Like if there's outflow from power plants and that sort of thing, and there's open water, some of these animals just stick around. Certainly on the BC coast, but they're a bit of an anomaly anyway, right?
Yeah, and I think the open water is really important for the winter. Like we have the Hinton Christmas bird count and the Brule Christmas bird count. The Hinton has the Athabasca River running right through it. Yeah. And also warm settling ponds from the pulp mill, actually.
Sure.
So the tertiary one, there's often a lot of waterfowl there. And then the Brule count includes the whole Brule Lake and right around into Jasper, into Pocahontas. And there's often birds associated with water there too. Like the first time in Brule that we've had trumpeter swan in the Christmas bird count was 2018, 2019. And again, last year, 2024, we actually had a pair and 2 cygnets, which we think overwintered the whole time.
Whoa.
So again, that's sort of new, like trumpeter swans overwintering here.
And where are they finding open water?
Just behind Pocahontas, between Pocahontas and the actual river.
And it's not freezing, eh?
No, there's an open area, like from the highway, that pond is all frozen with muskrat push-ups and everything on there, but just a little between there and the river, there's usually an open area. I mean, I'm sure some winters it may freeze right over, but...
must be spring-fed or something. I know driving through Jasper, I've seen, when it's minus 30, minus 40, I've driven through and everything's frozen. And then you'll get some creeks close to the Hidden Valley area that are actually, they look like they're steaming.
Yeah.
And so there must be some sort of thermal thing going on. I don't think there's hot springs there. I've always wished I could find something hidden, but some of the water just doesn't freeze.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how cold it gets. So that gives these birds a chance. What are you finding on the Athabasca River?
Oh, it's quite fun. Like in Hinton, It depends, like on a warmer winter where there's more open, you'll find like bald eagles will be hunting off on the ice. You'll find quite a number. It's for really one of the more fun ones is there is a bridge in Hinton, like we call it the mill bridge, that all the logging trucks drive over.
Yeah.
And if you drive right there, stop and look down, we get American dippers. Right. And,
oh, cool.
And where they come from, I have no idea, because they certainly don't summer there. That's not their summer habitat. So, and we'll get a whole range. Like we'll get, like we've got odd things like American widgeon, northern pintail, greater scaup. Those would be very few. Buffleheads, those would be just occasionally, but usually. You'll get the golden eye, a lot of the diving ducks, actually, not big numbers. When it's really cold and when the river is very frozen, then again, just those few open areas, you get a real concentration of birds.
So what's going on with that? Because many of them will migrate and some of them just decide we're sticking around. Like what's happening there?
That is a tough one, yeah, because how do they know it's not going to be a frozen winter?
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be here. Like if it freezes over,
they're toast, right?
They're toast, yeah.
I think we had a loon once brought into the office that was frozen into the ice. It was still alive.
Yeah.
But it hadn't migrated. So, yeah, some of them just make that decision. It's a mystery.
Let me insert a would you rather, because this was a would you rather we put on the on Instagram. So would you rather be a migratory bird or a resident bird? What do you think, Beth? Would you go migratory or would you stick around the whole year?
I'd stick around.
Yeah? Wow.
Yeah.
How about you, Scott?
I'm taking the easy route. I'm thinking Costa Rica through the winter is just about perfect.
Is that the easy route though? Because you're spending a lot of time flying.
Yeah, you got to fly, and if you're something tasty, then you've got how many shotguns taking a blast at you on the way down. But but you mentioned the dipper, for example, Beth, and that thing is just like unstoppable. Because I've been out winter camping in -30, and you see these open mountain creeks, and these things are still bobbing in and out, skinny little legs, looking for water bugs. I'm thinking, I don't know what this critter's made of, but it just seems to be a force of nature. Like, how do you survive, right? Imagine plunging into that cold and coming out and just being fine, shake it off. You know, they're tough.
Yeah, they are. They're actually songbirds. I don't know if you've heard them sing, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, they do have a beautiful
song. But they need to sing above the noise of the water, and it is amazing when you actually hear them singing. We've actually catch them when we're catching harlequin ducks. Yeah. And sometimes we'll get the dippers, and you get them out of the net, and you're walking like through the river to the bank and holding them in a bag, and sometimes they'll sing, and you're holding
singing in the bag.
In the bag, and they're singing.
That's a tough bird.
Yeah, they are. They're amazing. Like and their feet. If you don't believe that birds are descended from dinosaurs, look at a dipper's feet. It's like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dinosaur-looking foot. I gotta check that out. Yeah, I've never really studied that.
58% agreed with you, Scott. Migratory. They'd rather be a migratory bird. 42% resident bird.
What about you, George?
I mean, it's a tough one. I think I would probably go migratory as well.
You don't want to be like a chickadee, and when it's cold, you snuggle into a snowbank and warm up.
I mean, it's there's some romance to that for sure, but I think I want to explore maybe a little warmer climates.
Yeah,
I think the thing about being a migratory one is you have like a little spot you're hanging out down there, and then you got a spot up here. Like you kind of got a couple houses.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go migratory as well.
Yeah, the grouse are interesting the way they overwinter. You've probably seen their little, I don't know if hutch is the right term, but they'll allow themselves to be completely buried in a snowstorm, and they'll weather it out.
Yeah.
And when they come out, there's just a pile of grouse droppings. I've seen them like 4 inches thick, Like they're spending time under the snow, just kind of chilling. Yeah, hoping that a weasel or lynx or fox or coyote doesn't discover them. But the survival for any of these critters that has to weather, because we've had minus 45 here before, and like it can get really cold.
Yeah, you got to be hardy to survive that. We should mention too, so this Christmas bird count, Beth, you were saying this is the 39th year you're doing it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We do it on Boxing Day, which is the traditional day for Christmas bird count. So
Hinton's Boxing Day.
Yeah, and Brule is 27th, the next day.
That's so I was looking up some stuff today about it. So it's like the longest running citizen science project. What have you noticed in the past 39 years? Anything stand out? Like, is the population's changing quite a bit, or is it pretty standard throughout the years, or?
No, we'll pick up new species that show up, and that's part of the value of the Christmas bird counts, is you see trends over the years. One of the more interesting ones, well, maybe not, but is the Eurasian collared dove. And the first sighting we had was in 2015, and then we've seen it in 6 years since then. And that it's slowly, it's an introduced dove, but there's not many, but they're kind of interesting, actually. So you'll pick up things like that. That's the first time we saw a whatever.
Yeah.
To me, some of the more interesting ones, like what are the birds we've seen in all 38 years?
Yeah.
And so it would be, I'll just read them out: hairy woodpecker, downy woodpecker, the Canada jay or gray jay, black-billed magpie, common raven, black-capped chickadee, boreal chickadee, red-breasted nuthatch. So we've got those species every single year since we started.
Yeah.
So, and then 37 years house sparrow, and then 35 years pine grosbeak and white-breasted nuthatch. So these are the birds that really are adapted for winter.
Yeah.
Either like scavengers, like the magpies or the ravens, or all the other specialty birds. We actually, I might as well give this story. One of the places that is in the Hinton Christmas bird count circle, and the circle is 7.5 mile radius from a point, and our point is Green Square in Hinton. So that actually covers quite a bit. It also covers the Hinton landfill, the regional landfill.
Oh yeah.
And so I get permission to go up there. And it's not been used. It's Christmas time, so a couple of days we go up there, and you get 400 ravens rising off. It's just like,
are eagles up there as well?
Yeah. Last year we'll have up to 12 bald eagles.
And it's always bald, or do you ever see golden?
We might have seen, they're mostly bald. We might have seen one golden over the years, but the bald eagles have been increasing. We see that in our trend as well, and they have been recovering in all of North America. So we have picked that up on our Hinton count as well.
As far as other birds of prey, because many of them do migrate, we have a few owl species that stick around, right?
Yeah, we do. And last year was for everywhere in Alberta a great gray owl year.
That's right.
It was an eruption. They were everywhere. I think we had 6 on our Christmas bird count, which is just crazy. Like often you don't get them at all unless you do. You can do a nocturnal survey as well, but so you'll pick that up too, like different distributions, and everybody in Alberta was picking up great gray owls.
Yeah, it was the year for it.
And I remember one year where was the Brule count, and we were just doing just a hike down a cut line toward Brule Lake. And you looked up, and there was a barred owl just sitting right above us. Whoa! And then we went around the Hinton Jasper Regional Airport is in the Brule Circle.
Yeah.
And so we were driving to that, and right on beside the road there was a little pygmy owl, northern pygmy owl just sitting right there. which is you'll see them in the daytime.
Super tiny little killers. Yeah.
Oh, fish and killers, like super killers.
Yeah, they'll come to your bird feeder and raid it. Do you get boreal, saw-whet? I'm trying to think of the other ones. Great horned. Any of those sticking around?
Just the odd occasionally. I think we have one Merlin sighting over all those years. And same with the saw-whet. You'll get very few. But again, we're not surveying 4 owls in night. These are just what we pick up mostly during the day. So, yeah, the owls. Some of the woodpeckers are fun. I know we had Karen Aldred. She helps organize the Hinton count, and she was out, I think, in the Kashpirkot forest, just doing her regular route, and she knocked on a tree because there was a hole higher up, and sure enough, a flying squirrel pokes his head
no way.
Yeah, she was expecting maybe a woodpecker or something. Here, this flying squirrel.
Interesting.
Pops
so they're
out.
not hibernating, hey?
No,
because the reds are awake most of the time.
Yeah.
And
we
we
kind of forget about the northern flying squirrel, but they're pretty common, and they'll actually raid the middens of the red squirrel middens, but the squirrels don't discipline them because they have to get up at night, and so they just kind of help themselves.
Yeah, there's the little nighttime bandits, right? Yeah, amazing.
And this is like all like we talk citizen science, but it's all volunteer. If everyone's welcome to get involved. What's the best way for someone to do that, like through Hinton? Is it to email you because you're kind of tracking it?
Yeah, I'm coordinating it, and I've got some really good helpers. But you can email the Whiskey Jack Club at wjclub@telus.net.
Yeah,
and everybody's welcome. You don't have to know your birds. If you don't know your birds, we can hook you up with somebody that does know them. There's 2 ways of doing the count. One, you can just stay at home and count the birds on your feeder in your backyard.
Feeder watchers,
right. Or we have field routes, bush bashers, I guess we can call them, but we have routes all within that 7 circle. So if we can hook somebody up with somebody that traditionally does one of these routes. So it's an opportunity to learn your birds, to get out. I think that's part of it. Get out and enjoy the winter.
Yeah.
And even if it's snowing and blowing, there's always something you find. We're never going to see birds today, but there's always something to see, actually.
Is there a reason they do it this time of year?
Well, it's a good. There aren't come to think of it, like in terms of actual surveying. It is one of the most important ones. It started in 1900. It's the longest running one. Yeah, in New York City, and it kind of before that there was a competition, and we were just coming out of like the 19th century was an era of exploitation, and we're just slowly coming out of that and beginning to develop a different appreciation for wildlands and wildlife. But before that, the competition on Boxing Day was to shoot as many birds as you could, and whoever got the biggest pile of dead birds won. And then they kind of thought, well, maybe we should start counting them instead. So it's the Audubon Society actually runs the whole thing. Like the data we collect for Hinton would be entered into their website. But there is an Alberta coordinator that will make a record for all of Alberta. Yeah. And then Bird Studies Canada actually summarizes all of the bird counts for Canada. So
I was on the website there today. That's like birdscanada.org.
Yep.
Because we're going to be in Edmonton on the 26th, but there's like a few circles in Edmonton happening that day too. So
and if you go on their website and find the map, there'll be a map of all the circles. You just hover over the circle, and you'll have the name and the contact. And so then you could contact that individual, and they'll tell you, give you assign you a route or whatever. So it's it works really well.
It's right across Canada, clearly based on that map. Is it big international thing too, or is this more of a Canadian?
It's
thing?
North America, like U.S., Canada, Mexico, and I think it is expanded. I think it is international as well, but I don't know the details of that. Now, Edmonton, last year, I think had the most participants in Canada. It
Good
was
for Edmonton.
Yeah, it's really did a job.
But what a great citizen science activity! Like if it's this intense right across the country, you get this snapshot every year of what's out there. Like it really is doing some good science,
And these kind of citizen science projects are often they'll be brought together for different trend analysis. Like if you can the Christmas bird counts data is used in a report called the State of Canada's Birds, and the Bird Studies Canada website will have that report on there, and it does trend like what is the population change actually in, like, there you can go on there and there's a really significant graph population change since 1970 for all the different groups of birds. So and the Christmas bird count would be part of that. They would assemble a lot of the different citizen science. So grassland birds since 1970 have decreased 67%. Decreased.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Huh.
Aerial insectivores like swallows and decreased 43%. Shorebirds 42%. The long distant migrants, sorry guys, decreased 29%. Yeah.
Oh, it's not.
And
working.
the Arctic birds decreased 28%. Now the forest birds decreased 1%. Marine birds, no change. Wetland birds increased 21%, birds of prey 35%, and waterfowl 46%. So
yeah, that surprises me a little because so often we hear about the good news: peregrine falcons back, the snow geese, the Canada geese. Stuff is bouncing back, right? But there's a lot of depressing stories in those trends.
Yeah, but that's where this can help. Like you can say, oh, these birds or these groups of birds, like they're decreasing. Then you can say, why are they decreasing? Mm-hmm. Then what can we do about it? And so that's where all of every count counts, because it feeds into this. Now you were talking about the Canada geese, and this was I was just looking at the Bird Studies Canada for Canada, like the summary for Canada, and the number one bird was the Canada goose, but it's down considerably from its normal high. And they're thinking because of the avian flu. So if you're a migratory species, you get into that, all of that. And so they're thinking, and that's still going around quite dramatically, the avian flu.
And that would be tricky, hey, analyzing why some of these numbers are dropping. Could be herbicide, pesticide, avian flu.
Loss of habitat
destruction, a whole slew of things. Cats,
talked about that.
Windows, windows and cats, absolutely.
Yeah,
crazy. Pileated woodpeckers, do they stick around? They're migrating. Have they shown up on the list?
We've had them a little bit, not common, but they're around. Yeah, it's pretty exciting when you.
And for any listener, if you've never seen it, look it up. It's a ginormous woodpecker. It'll blow your mind how big they are.
It's got the big red head.
Yes.
A tuft of red on there, and they do more rectangular square holes, big ones in the trees. Yeah.
I saw one at work this summer. Actually, I got pictures of it. It might be on my work phone, but it was like in the yard. I was like, oh, this is cool.
And when you see them flying, it's like they're rowing through the sky. Like, really amazing, actually. They're beautiful birds.
Huge.
Although I must admit, I live in our house is a log house, we have the chimney is like there's a metal outside, and so you know where this story's going.
I know where it's going.
And so the pileated woodpeckers will come and start hammering on the house, and I run out with boots and start throwing my boots at the woodpecker. And I think I must be the only person in the world to throw boots at a pileated woodpecker.
Well, the males do that to try to attract the females, right? And they'll look for the loudest pole they could hammer on, and nothing's louder than your stainless steel chimney, right? Bang, bang.
Yeah.
What have you seen on your bird feeder this year, Beth?
The bird feeder, it's fun. Pine grosbeaks, lots of them this year. The regular ones are red-breasted nuthatch, white-breasted nuthatch, black-cap chickadee, little juncos right now. Juncos all around, dark-eyed juncos.
Snow buntings.
Yeah, it's not at the feeder.
No, not at the feeder.
But when you're out around, you'll find driving around, they'll come off the sides of the roads, and they like kind of sparsy, grassy areas. And have you seen them this year?
Yeah, when I go hunting into these big cut blocks, you'll see big flocks of them. Yeah. They're a cute little bird, little chubby bird.
Yeah. What's that one called again?
Snow bunting.
Bunting.
And then sharp-tailed grouse, lots. And it's funny because
I saw one yesterday.
People say they're in such trouble, but I see them everywhere when I'm hunting in the cut blocks, and they're very noisy. They love to chatter. You'll often hear them chattering like chickens in a hen house before you see them, right?
I don't think we know very much about sharp-tailed grouse in the boreal forest. Really associate them more with open country.
Right.
But yeah, they are around. I know I've been walking, doing track counts in the wind and snow, and they'll fly up right from the snow and just about give you a heart attack. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Sharp-tailed grouse not allowed to hunt?
You're not allowed to hunt them. No. I think we had a conversation about how you can hunt blue grouse, which I think is a crying shame because there's so few. And I this hunting season I probably bumped 100 plus sharp-tail, and I'm thinking this is crazy.
Yeah.
Not allowed to shoot any of these, but if I see a big blue grouse, I can shoot it. I would just feel bad shooting one of those. There's just so few around.
And they're so beautiful. They're just the most gorgeous grouse, and their call is so low. It's almost like you hear it after.
Yeah.
It's amazing, actually.
And they would overwinter, hey? Because all the grouse stick around here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but they're very high.
They're high elevation.
High elevation, so that probably saves them from being overhunted in a way. Yeah.
Beth, were you able to do the Jasper bird count this year?
No, they have I think it was January 14.
December.
December 14. And there's, I have done it other years. And what's interesting, in the Hinton count, we'll get birds that are more sometimes associated farther west in the mountains. Like we'll get mountain chickadees, but not every year. We'll get stellars, jays, but again, 1 or 2 years. And then Clark's nutcracker. I think we've got a Clark's nutcracker once. But you go into Jasper, and the mountain chickadees are super common. Where if we see a mountain chickadee, we get really excited. It's like, oh wow, this is not a common bird for us. So it is, different actually. You don't go very far before you find sort of different combinations of birds reflecting the habitat and
little micro ecosystems so close to each other and yet so different.
Do you notice a big difference between like the Hinton birds and the Brule birds?
There actually is. Like I actually did a list of birds. Like we have birds that we see in Brule but not in Hinton, and so trumpeter swan, barred owl, we've picked that up. Yellow-bellied sapsucker, a cedar waxwing 1 year, song sparrow actually 2 years, Lincoln sparrow 1 year, and a red-winged blackbird 2 years. So those are we have seen them in Brule but not in Hinton.
Yeah.
And quite like and the other way around, in Hinton we've seen quite a number of, I think, species something like 19 in Hinton that we haven't seen in Brule, but a lot of that is because we have more people in Hinton picking them up.
Right.
So I kind of think if we had more people in Brule, that it would be closer. They may even surpass us in species because they have that unique kind of the lake and open areas and
very montane. There's some Doug fir and birch. It's quite the interesting ecosystem there.
yeah.
Have you ever seen a robin, or they all have the sense to migrate?
No.
Yeah, they're the smart ones.
I know we've seen I'm trying to think. Yeah, we have seen a robin, but very unusual. Maybe 1 year, 2 years. Yeah, the odd robin, but most of them do have the sense to migrate. Yeah.
It'd be hard for them to find food at this time of year. Wow.
Yeah. You couldn't.
And not finding earthworms.
No, that's for sure. Yeah.
Is there a bird on the list that you're hoping to see this year?
Oh boy. Like I say, you're always excited when you see something. I love the snow buntings, actually.
Yeah.
They're really fun. It's like, oh, we got snow buntings. What else? Let me think. Yeah, there's so many. We always love to see the eagles.
Yeah.
The ravens, like some places, they're really interesting in the winter. I remember on the north side of the Athabasca, there's an area which is sort of a spring, and it precipitates, so they're sort of on the surface, and it's a warm, probably not like hot springs or anything, but there's always a little bit of warm water coming out. And this one winter day, it was warmer, like a warmer winter day after a whole series of cold, and there were like maybe 80 ravens bathing in the water.
Oh, wow.
And spreading themselves on the south-facing slope.
Interesting.
Either in the trees or on the slope itself, just drying off. But it's like I'd never seen anything like that before. But they were actually bathing, and then all drying in the sun on the south-facing slope. Okay.
I like a lot of people confuse ravens with crows, right?
Oh,
and I love the description that one guy said. He was like, if you have to ask, is it a raven or a crow, then it's a crow. I thought, yeah, bingo, because when you see the raven and how big that beak is and just the robust body, they're just a force of nature.
So
right?
raven way bigger than crow?
Oh, way bigger.
Yeah,
and just astoundingly big, some of them.
Ravens they're really amazing behavior to watch, actually. I remember going up the ski lift at Marmot, and here's a raven doing barrel rolls down the hill, just having fun. It's like, what is that guy doing?
He's watching everybody play, and he wants to get in on the action.
Yeah.
Do we have crows out here then, or is it all ravens?
No, we have crows.
Oh, we have both.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we do pick them up on the Christmas bird count. Not as many, obviously, as the ravens, but we do get them.
If let's say you want to be one of those feeder watchers, what do you recommend? Anything you recommend for people putting in a feeder this time of year?
I keep mine pretty simple. I do black oil sunflower seeds. The striped ones would be fine. Just sunflower seeds in my feeder. And then I do have Niger seed, just one for the smaller, like the pine siskins. Sometimes we pick them up in the winter, not that often. But really, it's the sunflower seeds and a suet. I hang a suet.
Yeah, the suet, they like that.
Yeah, the nuthatches just go crazy over the suet. The little,
And how are you keeping the squirrels from raiding your feeders?
Well, I don't. Although the squirrels
The Christmas squirrel watch.
be a problem. Yeah. We sort of generously let them.
Oh, wow. Because I've filled the hopper on my feeder before and seen a squirrel clean the whole thing out just looking for a peanut. Like they'll just whip it all on the ground just looking for one thing they're looking for.
Yeah.
So they're a bit of a headache.
Maybe I just do the black oil sunflower seeds, that's all. And then honestly, I don't think this is cheating, but just before Christmas, I will put out peanuts in the shell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll get blue jays. You'll get This year we have a lot of white-winged crossbills.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, and I went out one day and it was just chattering. We have big spruce trees, and there was a lot of cone crop on the top of the spruce trees, and that's where the white wings are all on the tops. But we've seen a lot of them this year, actually.
And what about the Bohemian waxwings? They're coming later, or do you see them at this time? Because they'll clean off every berry that you've got left on your mountain ash. Sometimes they get drunk on those things and fly into the window, but they'll come in a huge flock.
Yeah, we pick them up on the bird count. Yeah.
Another very beautiful bird.
Yeah.
Just very.
Yeah, we do have, and the pine grosbeak is gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Too. Yeah.
It can get quite reddish.
Yeah. Against the white snow, you just like really, really nice, actually.
You mentioned the dump as a great spot to go. Anywhere else in town as like are people heading out like Beaver Boardwalk? Is that a spot that you're sending people to, or?
Yeah, we have actually you can't just go to the dump. I need special permission.
Right. Yeah. Get the gate open.
And they'll open it, and I have to do all of the health and safety protocol, and the whole thing. So this isn't just a casual thing at all. Just but we have routes all up Happy Creek around Maxwell Lake, the Beaver Boardwalk area. Out east of town, out past Mary Rammer Park. There's a whole big route around there. Cashpercott. Yeah. And then north of the river, there's a huge area north of the river that's in the Hinton count too. So we're always trying to find people to
Well, and the river itself would be such an interesting one because of the open water, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a few routes right along the river. Yeah. Actually, yeah.
That's the Athabasca River, folks, if you're wondering what river we're talking about.
Yeah, it's a big river.
Yeah, it's huge.
I remember one, I asked Karen Aldred, what's one of your, memorable observations, and she said she checks part of the Athabasca that's on her route, and she came to the bank, and it was quite a steep bank, and right below her, a belted kingfisher just blasts out of the bank, which is, again...
And that's normal for them to overwinter?
No,
or is that,
not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was pretty
interesting.
Pretty special. Yeah.
They're obviously finding little fish, or they wouldn't stick around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll, I'll put this in the show notes too, but wjclub@telus.net. So this episode's coming out, like, if you're listening to this episode when it just gets released, there's a chance you can go and participate in this. Do you guys just meet at Green Square sort of thing, or is it like how do you organize it?
We actually, I'll email everyone and we'll phone everybody before, and just to confirm if you've done a route before that you want to do that or do a new one. And then I've got people helping with the phoning. So I find at Christmas it's so busy this time of year. You can put out all the advertisement you want, but you just got to remind people, and they say,
I'm there.
We'll do that. So
such a great event.
I love it. I love the concept of it. So Hinton, December 26th, Brule, December 27th.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a link to that website there posted too. I do have some more Would You Rathers too, bird related.
I do too, and we haven't talked Christmas traditions yet, so we're gonna have to hit that.
Dig into that
go
too.
ahead, give us a Would You Rather there, George.
Okay, let's go with this one. Would you rather be a tiny hummingbird or a massive ostrich? Beth's not sure about this one.
It's strange because I'm tall, so you'd think I'd go ostrich, but I'm going hummingbird because I always wonder how ostriches survive out there with lions and all the leopards and predators. And I think, I'm going hummingbird.
Okay.
And you can fly backwards, right? And hover in one spot.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm going with Scott. I'm going hummingbird. They're like little helicopters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally.
They are pretty.
Yeah. And they're pretty, they got an attitude to them too. Like, they're in the area.
Yeah. Do you got a hummingbird feeder your place?
No, that takes a lot of work. You have to keep it clean, and I'm
Okay.
busy in the summer, so I thought, no, I better stay away from that.
Yeah.
And they make their nests out of spider webs, right? It's very silky from what I've seen. You can look this up and prove me wrong, but I believe that's the case.
Huh.
Yeah, really, really soft spider webby nests.
Yeah.
How about you, George? What do you?
Well, I was gonna go hummingbird, but since you guys are both hummingbirds, I might go ostrich. I mean, they're ugly, but I've seen them. I've seen them running. They lay a giant egg. I'm gonna go ostrich. I like the idea of just full speed running.
They're pretty tough. The eggs are pretty amazing. You can use them to make like bowls and pots.
Yeah. This was a question too we put out. Actually, I should check the results on our Instagram poll for this one too. Would you rather have feathers instead of hair or a beak instead of a nose? Feathers instead of hair or a beak instead of a nose?
I'm just gonna go with hair and a nose.
Oh, I was going to say the same thing, but
Too
now
much of
I'm
them.
sounding too boring. But yeah, I'm a mammal.
Yeah.
So hair makes sense. It's warm. Feathers, well, a dipper, I guess, can dunk underwater, but you got to have special feathers to be kind of warm and dry. And I do need a nose. A beak would just be a pain.
Think all the stuff you'd smash open, though.
I always think the one mammal we always want to fly. You have these images of beautiful wings and everything, which of course is totally impractical. But the one mammal that achieved that is the bat, but they had to give up daytime activity.
Right.
And the flying squirrel also became nocturnal. Yeah, there's something to that, right? Maybe the predation is too high if they're fluttering about during the day. How about you, George? What are you doing?
88% of votes came in, said feathers.
Wow.
12% said beak. I'm going feathers too. I think you can get, there's some beautiful feathers out there. I think I could get some nice colors going.
You're going peacock.
Maybe not just I'm thinking even blue jay or something, sleek, nice, vibrant blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I was in a helicopter a few days ago, flying over the Wilmore, and I thought, to be an eagle and just to be able to do this any day, any time, just be amazing. So, yeah.
Yeah, soaring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, those are my would you rathers, bird related ones.
Okay.
You have a couple?
I do, and we can segue into Christmas here because mine's a Christmassy one.
Sure.
So we're going to shift gears, folks. Would you rather only ever celebrate Christmas again or only ever celebrate Thanksgiving, Halloween, and Valentine's Day? You can choose either Christmas or the other three.
Thanksgiving, Halloween.
But not both.
Yeah. We don't do much for Thanksgiving, and Valentine's Day it seems quick. Halloween, now that we have the Casey's, he's in love with Halloween, but he's been excited for Christmas for the last month too, and it'd be I think we'd probably have to go Christmas. Yeah.
How about you, Beth?
I'd go for Christmas. It's part of it is the lights.
Yeah.
This is dark. You go to work in the dark, you come home in the dark.
Yeah.
And so I find Christmas and the lights, the more lights you put up, the more you want. It's just beautiful at night, and it breaks the darkness and it actually really brings a lot of cheer to the winter, actually.
Yeah. To the shortest days of the year in the darkness and what would be so gloomy. Like if you wipe Christmas off the map, and we just kept working and it was dark and cold, we'd be more depressed than we are right now. No, I'm with you. I don't think I could do it without Christmas. I'll gladly trade in the other holidays for it.
We drive around. It's probably 3 or 4 times a week now. We'll drive around at night just looking at lights. Okay, we drove around last night and Casey said they should put lights on the mill. The big towers on the mill and
He's
stuff.
onto something.
I'm hey, that's not a bad idea. We should be proud of the mill in Hinton. It employs half the town. let's decorate it up a little bit.
Yeah.
He said we could mail them some lights. I'm like, all right, we'll see.
Or the big coal, what's that called? The one over the Highway 16. Decorate that sucker.
Yeah.
That'd be good too.
Well,
Yeah.
that Merry Christmas Bridge.
Conveyor belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
The Merry Christmas Bridge going to Catamount that's lit up. I mean, that's like...
They keep it up all year.
Love it. Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah. Christmas traditions.
Yeah.
We talked last year, folks, if you want to get deep on the traditions, George and I did a pretty deep dive.
Yeah.
You'll have to go back a year, but let's bring them up again. What is it that makes Christmas special for you? What are things you've done that your parents passed on? What are you doing that's new? I know, George, you were talking about starting some new traditions as a new family, young family.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking food, we're talking music, we're talking when you open your presents, all that good stuff. So take it away.
We, Christine and I think we've been doing this ever since we got married. We used to go skating on Christmas Eve and then order Panago pizza. And that's like our Christmas Eve tradition. And usually watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia, a season or two of that. Now that we got Casey, we're kind of still doing that. That's still our plan. It's like, hey, we're going to go skating. We're going to get pizza. And then now that we're living out in Hinton, that kind of changes things a little bit because then we'll go to Edmonton for Christmas with the in-laws. So that's been our tradition probably for the last 4 years now, doing that. But yeah, definitely skating Christmas Eve. I want to add the bird count now as a Christmas tradition.
There you go.
Get that going.
Nice.
I think that'd be fun.
And are your Christmas morning presents, folks?
Yeah.
Stockings.
Christmas, stockings, Christmas morning presents. And then usually now that we're like going a couple different spots, we'll have usually like 3 Christmases, it feels like, which is Casey loves that.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, we're going to open presents here, and then we'll go open more presents here, and we'll go open some presents here. And
it's going to be the 12 days of Christmas.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Another thing we've been getting into as of 2 days ago, Christina has started setting it up, is the Elf on the Shelf.
Oh, yeah.
Brand new for us.
See, that was never a thing for me, my generation.
It's a new... I don't remember it ever as a kid either, ever hearing about it even.
Do you know Elf on a Shelf?
I have no idea.
The elf
Explain it, George.
The Elf on the Shelf is like there's this magical elf that lives in your house, and he gets up to mischief at night, and then every morning he'll have done something. Like you'll set up the elf in a different scenario. So like the first morning we made some popcorn, and he was sitting next to the popcorn bowl with like a little note that I made some popcorn. This morning I jammed him inside this mini ukulele, and he's had his head sticking out of that. Case loved that one. So now tonight I got to figure out what is that elf getting up to tonight. And you can go like extreme. Like some elves are pretty mischievous, and some are like a little more laid back. So we haven't quite figured out our
if he's
elf personality
naughty or nice. Yeah. So does your son believe that he's alive and he actually does this stuff? Or
all day yesterday? No. So yesterday, the day before yesterday, he's like, Dad, did he do this? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, how much am I? How much am I?
Are you gonna lie? How much are you gonna lie to your kid?
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't know the tradition either. Like, I was just Christina was the one that like we should do this. So I was like, okay. And so like, ask your buddies at daycare what's going on because they'll know. So he was asking his buddies at daycare yesterday, and he's like, he's not allowed to touch the elf because that takes his magic away.
Oh, smart.
But if you do touch the elf, and that, I guess you could sprinkle cinnamon on it, and that'll bring his magic back. But he's buying into it though. The elf is real. Getting up to mischief at night. Yeah,
it could be kind of fun. It could also be pretty taxing after a long day. You're like ready to go to bed, and you're like, oh, the damn elf!
He's got to do something
tonight? Yeah.
There's apparently a ton of stuff online. Like a lot of guys just have like channels dedicated to things their elves are doing. So.
And probably some pretty naughty stuff.
Oh yeah. The elves sometimes get involved with some Barbies, and it's. I'm not sure how extreme we're taking the elf, but I'm working on a list of different things we'll have. So that's our new tradition now.
Interesting.
Where does a tradition like that start?
That's an interesting one. I mean, look, you could date it back even from my old Germanic tradition. House elves are a thing in old Germanic literature, like that they come and they'll fix your shoes or they'll do this and they'll show up. So that idea is hundreds of years old. But then this whole elf on a shelf has taken it to a whole different level. That's cool. How about you, Beth? What does Christmas look like for you?
Oh, the Christmas Day is the stockings and opening presents and turkey and all the fixings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and try to sneak a walk in there, a nice walk sometime during the day as well. So I guess a fairly traditional Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got Scottish roots. I know we've celebrated Robbie Burns Day a couple times together. That's fantastic. Are some of your traditions for Christmas from that Scottish tradition, or have you sort of made your own?
No, I don't think. I mean, my ancestors came like 8 generations ago from Scotland, so I don't really carry any of that over. This is, I guess, just this sort of the normal. I don't even want to call it normal, but it's just your basic Christmas traditions.
Fairly North American culture, Yeah, and mine, again, is very Germanic. I was born and raised in Germany. It's a big thing. I miss the German Christmas markets. Those are beautiful. I thought, that'd be so great to get something like that going in town where all the street vendors and you have a big fire and there's this mulled wine that you take a ladle of it and get your bratwurst and your pretzel and your pfeffernuss, and then you're buying crafts and stuff, and they got carols and music and all the lights and the kids, that's just pure magic. So I really miss that. But yeah, we
and then the Krampus is walking by.
Krampus is coming by. He'll abduct you if you're bad. You'll get whipped with some willow switches. Germans need to throw some of that in there. But no, we Christmas Eve, we have a big family day. We generally go sledding. Usually, well, maybe I won't tell where because it's a special spot. And then we'll build a bonfire. We got the mountain views, and we're sledding for, long ways down the hills. And then after the sledding, we got carols going all the way back to town. And then we do our fondue.
Oh, yeah.
It's just every year's fondue, and it's quite the spread, like all sorts of wonderful things in the fondue.
Are you doing cheese?
We generally do meat for Christmas Eve. We'll do cheese, sometimes New Year's or chocolate. But, the oil, we sometimes have done the broth, but I think I like the oil best. And we've got a spread of probably 5 different meats that we're trying.
Yeah.
And, lots of other great fixings, the music, some good wine, some good conversation. It's one of those slow meals where you can really hang out till you're stuffed. And then we all build a fire, gather around the Christmas tree, open presents. We're not done till like midnight. Like, it's a long ordeal.
Yeah.
And then Christmas Day is when we'll have stockings, and obviously for the little kids, that's a big deal. And then the Christmas turkey and that sort of thing. And then we usually go skating Christmas Day. That's often been a big thing at Maxwell Lake. And yeah. So you clear it on Christmas Eve, George, and then I can use it on
shovel it off
Christmas
for you.
Day.
Yeah, exactly. I do remember. It's funny now that you mentioned doing stuff on Christmas Day. Growing up, I do remember going to Marmot on Christmas Day.
Oh, wow.
3 or it was a few years going. Like, it was like, hey, this is going to be our new tradition. Then we kind of stopped doing it. But that was always something to look forward to wake up, head to Marmot. It's like a fun.
Yeah,
fun
Jasper
day.
Park Lodge is great for skating too. Where do you guys go skating?
Last year we did Jasper Park Lodge. Yeah,
right.
It was great. I'm thinking probably shoot for that again this year, depending on. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I guess we're heading to Edmonton on the 24th. We'll probably end up spotting Edmonton actually.
Pyramid Lake's good too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Christmas holidays, there's winter camping we got to do, some skiing, hot tenting. Try to get a few more grouse and rabbits before hunting season winds
still
up.
Open.
Yeah. It's always great things to do in the wintertime.
Elf on the Shelf started in 2005.
Okay.
So recent, based on a book. And then apparently popularity exploded in 2007 with like features on morning shows and then into social media trends and stuff.
It's a big thing now.
Yeah. It has taken over our household. So. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm excited. We got some time off coming up here, which is great. We do have to do the hot tent thing.
Yes.
Shoot for that in early January sort of thing. The whole family coming up? You going to have a house full?
Yeah. The whole crew's coming.
Nice.
And I've got some boys living in Hinton over the winter. So, yeah, winter camping's going to be right on. We'll do some survival trips, quote-unquote bushcraft trips.
Yeah.
Lean-tos and fires and that sort of thing. So, yeah, that's always fun.
Beth, the bird count, 26th, Hinton, 27th in Brule, wjclub at telus.net. You want me to give your phone number out here too?
Sure. Yeah.
780-865-4906.
Yeah.
That's like a landline.
Yeah.
So people can get a hold of you if they want to get involved in this.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I have a buddy who's a big birder. Jeff has been on the podcast a few times. And so I think he'll be down to join us on the 26th in Edmonton. And then I'm hoping to get out for the 27th in Brule, depending on how our schedule lines up here. So, yeah. Do we miss anything you wanted to bring up, Beth, about the bird counts?
Oh, it's just fun. You know, actually sometimes there's such a lead up to Christmas. Like right now there's dinners and all kinds of activities and you're trying to get things finished for the holiday. And you think, oh, it'd be nice sometimes just to have a day just to, but then once you get out there and you just love it.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, this is the perfect thing to do after all that busy Christmas. And you're out there in the outside and enjoying the weather, counting birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I know Boxing Day in Edmonton is hectic, so if I can sneak out of the
Stay
city
away from that,
go
man.
count some birds, it'll be a lot better than trying to go to West Edmonton Mall. So, yeah, we'll have links to these websites and to Beth's email and phone number on the show notes too. So check that out. Yeah. Anything else you wanted to add, Scott, before we shut it down?
Yeah, go join the Christmas bird count. That's fantastic. Thanks, Beth. We always enjoy having you on. People enjoy listening to you and your knowledge. So, Merry Christmas, everybody.
It's been a fun 2025. I'm not sure if we'll have another episode before this year's over, but thanks everyone that's been a part of the podcast. And man, we've got I think we'll do an episode in the new year too, where we're just answering questions. We've got like a lot of good emails coming in recently with questions and just
that'd be a great one.
Compliments and stuff, which is awesome.
Not phone us, email in your questions.
Yeah, wildernesswave@outlook.com.
And don't forget to like and follow, folks.
Yeah, leave us a review wherever you're listening on. That's fantastic. Beth, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for asking me one more time. It's been great.
We'll have you back again.
Oh yeah. We got big plans for the new year, Beth. Don't you worry. Scott, the book Radically Wild, it's everywhere now, and you're doing something in February too.
Yeah, I'll do a book talk in Jasper February 1st.
Yeah.
It's not too late to grab it for Christmas if you're looking for that perfect last minute gift. I think there's 5 establishments in Hinton carrying it now, so
beautiful,
and one in Jasper. But yeah, if you're looking for a book about wilderness adventures and bushcraft survival and some crazy stories, that's the one for you.
Thank you so much for listening, and until next week, stay wild.
Wilderness Wavelength.